I was at a fancy wedding buffet, but the problem is, I was trying to figure out if the chocolate fountain was for dipping or if I could drink straight from it. And just then a voice behind me said, "If you're gonna do it, at least make it sexy." So I turned around and saw that it was my childhood neighbor Ruby, who once convinced me to eat a mud pie because she swore it was organic chocolate. She looked stunning in her red dress, and I forgot how to breathe for a second. And then Ruby smiled and said, "Still staring at me? Like I'm your first crush, huh?" To which I nervously replied, "Ha ha ha, of course you are, sweetheart. You look like a forbidden dessert." On hearing this, she laughed, grabbed my hand, and said, "Come on, let's get out of here. This party's boring." Next thing I knew, we were in a hotel room she had booked just in case the wedding got lame. So as soon as we entered the room, she poured 2 glasses of champagne and said, "Remember how we used to play doctor, and I always become the patient? Well, let's just say I got my license now. So from now on, I'll play as a doctor, and you are my patient." On hearing this, my brain short-circuited, and before I could respond, she added, "Ha ha ha ha, relax, I'm just joking, unless you're into it." The next moment, she pulled me onto the bed and we started making out like teenagers who just discovered kissing and other stuff. Suddenly, there was a loud knock on the door and a voice said, "Room service." "But I didn't order anything," Ruby shouted. But when the door opened, it was her sister Mia who was holding a tray of desserts. She smiled and said, "I knew I'd find you two here. Ruby, my little sister, you're stealing all the fun. At least share a little bit." On hearing this, I froze. But then Ruby patted the bed and said, "Fine, Mia, but you better not steal my spotlight like last time." And before I could think anything, both the sisters jumped on me and we had a lot of fun. And it's been 10 years now. Ruby and I are happily married, and Mia lives in our guest house.